It's time for Top Dice. Come and see us at facebook.com as well, UK Tabletop Role-Playing Group. Click like, click subscribe, and on with the show. And welcome to Top Dice. This is the second episode of the new look, all brand fresh, spanking version of Top Dice. And there's me, Adrian, and of course we've got Alan with us as well. Hi, Alan. How's your week been?
Good evening. Do you know what? I've had a cracking week actually. I actually got a bit of a holiday. First time for a while. Spent a week in Prague, which is an amazing city. Best part of it is I got to meet with a guy that I've collaborated with on the Secret Files of Section D, and on his stuff. So Jan is a guy called Jan Yetmar, and he produces a thing for Savage Worlds called the City Guard Chronicles. And I wrote an episode of that back in the early days. And Jan's worked with me on the layout for Section D, and all kinds of things. It was fantastic just to meet with him and have a couple of beers and what have you. It was great.
Just
And
chill.
Prague's just a brilliant place anyway. And I've come back with a bunch of ideas for adventures too. So
Excellent. So, will
yeah,
we
how
see
about you?
more Section D? Well, more Section D possibly coming?
More Section D. Right.
Oh, yes.
So, as a lot of people know, the some of the Kickstarter delivery is delayed on Section D. This is largely because I've had health issues. I had a heart attack earlier in the year, and my artist has had some health issues as well, and it's just delayed things. But in the end, I've bitten the bullet, and I'm working now with a new artist, a guy called Jason Duter, who has done work with Savage Worlds and a number of other role-playing games, and he's really good. And he's done a couple of pieces for me already, and we're starting to get moving. So the Section D thing, we should see. I'm going to say, touch wood before the end of the year. We should see an adventure out, and then hopefully Q1 of next year we'll see another adventure out for Section D as well.
Brilliant. I
So
look forward. Yeah, that's that. You know what makes Prague all the more juicier and lovely. So
yeah.
that's good. So there you go, guys. Hot off the press. More Section D for Savage Worlds on the way, imminently, soon, not far off. Other news. Have you seen that there's going to be a Godzilla RPG?
Do you know? There's loads of people have done these. What do they call it? Is it kaiju?
Yes, that's.
But it's usually kind of beastie on beastie, isn't it? I don't. So yeah, I don't know what that's about, but I'm sure you do.
Well, I know a bit. It's IDW Games, which are not really well known for role playing. They've come out with some very interesting board games and card games in the past. They did a very different X Files card game and a TMNT board game as well. So this is a bit of a new thing on the role playing front. But the guys they've got behind it, how's this for a blast? You've got Jervis Johnson,
Wow.
Gav Thorpe, and Mark Latham. So basically, it's Games Workshop revisited. Uh,
Yeah.
and not only just Games Workshop, we're talking classic era, really in a couple of those there. So I just mind
What could
blown on
possibly
that.
go wrong?
Exactly. And apparently it's going to be a card rather than dice-based game. And it's also going to be based on the IDW comics rather than the movies, etc. So it's a case of watch this space really. But again,
Mhm.
if you've got Jervis and Co actually involved, I'm quite sure it's going to be it's going to be a hit.
Yeah.
Jervis,
Yeah.
I came across him first with RuneQuest first edition. So there you go. That's going back
Mm,
a few decades in
yeah.
itself. So
Interesting that you mentioned TMNT as well, because Palladium's reprint of TMNT is now starting to get out to the backers after about 2 years or so.
yeah,
And that's going to be available at retail hopefully before Christmas as well.
well,
So I know a lot of people can't wait to see that.
it was an absolute crazy game, was that back in the day, and probably my
Yeah.
favourite to the Palladium line. They really did come up with some good stuff there on that. I wasn't a fan of the actual system, I was quite blunt, but do you know
Really? I
what?
loved it.
Well, for TMNT, it worked. For Palladium Fantasy, I struggled big time with it, and the Ninjas and
Okay.
Super Spies. But for TMNT, it just hit the button for us. Yeah, so I had Austin Martin, who was a Pine Martin spy. So there you go. Anyway, but
Brilliant.
that's a whole new other episode all of itself. Um,
Yes.
and
Pun-based character names that we have known. Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe there's a Kickstarter on the horizon as well, isn't there?
There is. Looking forward to seeing this one. Is It's by an American outfit called No Short Rests. It's for 5e, and it's called One Room One Shots, and it's a whole set. And I know these guys are producing. Um, it's not just a sort of one PDF thing, but it's a whole collection of one room one shots, a sort of pick up and play format, pre-written story hooks, pre-gen characters, really really nicely done maps and things like that. And that's going on Kickstarter, possibly even before the end of today. It's either today or tomorrow
Brilliant.
that they launch their Kickstarter. And I'm determined not to make this about sort of plug-in GMS, but we are going to be doing their UK and EU fulfillment.
Cool.
So, although they're an American company, you'll have very competitive shipping and things like that for it. But really looking forward to seeing it. Been speaking to these guys for a little short of 12 months,
Right,
as they've been getting things ready, and it looks fantastic.
right.
So yeah, check it out. One Room One Shots, it's called.
Right. If you could stick an update on the UK Tabletop Role Playing Facebook group when you get a chance. So if you're not member of that
Absolutely
Facebook
will.
group, if you're on Facebook, please join us because this is the video channel. Make sure you click subscribe as well, and give the video here a like if you get anything out of it. Helps keep the smile on our faces anyway. Um, and talking about a smile on your faces, Goodman Games have come up with an absolute class thing here. Get this one, Pinball Crawl Classics. What I can hear you ask is Pinball Crawl Classics.
What will they think of next?
What they've done, they've taken some classic 70s and 80s pinball games, with the mad, lurid sort of backdrops that they actually had and play tables, and have decided to actually go ahead and release six adventures based around sorry, five adventures based around the classic tables. That's they're going to be doing a Kickstarter, I presume, about this one because this is what they tend to do. So it's things like Gorga, Centaur, and Cosmic Gunfight.
They've
And
definitely missed a trick if they don't have characters being chased by a huge steel ball instead of a rock ball.
definitely. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that one is actually going to be playing out. Anyway, new releases. I think there's a few things coming out this week, isn't there?
Um, yeah, so Wednesday the 5th, Paizo releases. Starfinder has got the Alien Core, so that's the sort of three core books then complete. Um, with You've got Player Core, GM Core, and Alien Core for Starfinder, and the GM screen releases on the 5th as well. For Pathfinder, there's Monster Core 2. Expanding all the beasties for that. And Adventure Path number 220, Crypt of Runes, which is a continuation of the Rune Lord's Adventure Path,
Right.
which is an old, that's going way back, isn't it? The original Rise of the Rune
Yeah.
Lords, and then was it Return of the Rune Lords, and then I think this one is Revenge of the Rune Lords or something like that. So yeah, those are all out. I know we've provided them to the likes of Fanboy 3 in Manchester, Leisure Games have got them, Orcs Nest have got them. There's quite a few local game stores out there that are going to have those on the shelves for the release date of the 5th of November, which we're dead chuffed about. We're really excited about the launch of Alien Evolved in a few weeks' time. It's the 25th, but those are coming up really, really fast. Alien Evolved has got a core rule book, which is going to retail at 43 quid. There's a starter box set at 32. a box set adventure, actually some minis, which I know
Cool.
a lot of people are really looking forward to, and a GM screen, and they're all releasing November 25th. So, um, yeah, and I'm sure there's plenty of other things, and as
Well,
a
there's always loads coming out, let's face it, but it's good to hear that there's some indie shops there that are actually getting a mention. So again, support your little indie friendly shop because
very much
it's
so.
yeah. You want to know about role playing, pop in there, talk to the staff behind the counter, listen to what they have to say if you want any advice on what to be sort of going for, and it's a great place to pick some top dice up from as well. So if you need new dice, go see your friendly local game store. Oh
Why
God.
not?
Well, basically that's what it's all about. And conventions are on the horizon as well, aren't they?
Yeah, very much so. There's we had a post on the uh, UK tabletop role playing thing a few days ago. So we've got Grog Meet Ish coming up,
Yeah,
which is a virtual con. The details of these are all on the group. Um, it looks like a couple of sort of small conventions going on as well. But the one that we're sort of gearing up for, I think, and a lot of people are, is Dragon Meet,
yeah, big.
which is that's the 29th of November. Now that is moved. So it's not at the Novotel in Hammersmith anymore. They've moved it
Okay.
to the XL, so it's in a it's in a much better um, exhibition space. And I think they're going for Dragon Meat getting a bit, just getting bigger and bigger. It's at the XL, which is sort of Docklands kind of area, and it's getting bigger. It's still only one day, although
Yeah,
as I have heard a rumor that they are going to look to make it a weekend event, possibly starting next year.
yeah.
I'm going to make Dragon Meat a full weekend event at the XL, which is great. Can't wait for that. I just love being able to see all the people that I speak to on a regular basis, and you'll be there, and a face will appear and say, just somebody that works for a shop or somebody that or somebody that's watched this or just pops up and says, "Hey," and it's great. I love it.
It's
Um,
what it's all about. I must admit, it's a while since I've been to a really big convention. Last big one was actually the last UK Gen Con, so that's more than a
right.
few years
Wow.
ago. Yeah,
Okay.
but I met some amazing people there. It was an
Mm,
absolute blast, and I'm hoping next year to get rounds to two or three different ones. I've done with a war boot and a couple of other tiny ones or smaller ones, and yeah, we'll hopefully spread our wings here from this side a bit more soon. And talking about spreading wings, this week's question on UK tabletop role playing that I threw out to the members of the group was tell us one benefit or positive thing about tabletop RPGs. Um, we've got some absolutely brilliant answers coming back to us on this one. We got Stephen Hardy saying it's a great way to socialise, make deep communication connections with others, and it's always felt good for men as we tend not to have those connections without a cipher. So again, it's focused for creativity. Richard Balls just loves rolling dice. What can I say? That's basically what gaming's all about. Roger Nichols, it gives me the opportunity to meet people I never would have met in other walks of life. Ben
very
Lee,
true.
yeah, forget all the crap that's going on around you and just lose yourself on another world. Yeah, I can go with that. Phil Benson, absolutely lovely bloke, shared escapism, enjoying fantastical adventures with fellow enthusiasts with long-time friends and new acquaintances. Um, we've got Pete Allison, who apparently wrote an entire peer-reviewed chapter about the psychological benefits of role-playing. Um, that was for Deviant Leisure. And even then, he said he was scratching the surface. There's a link for that if you want to have a look at it. Actually, in the question page on the actual sort of group page itself.
Yeah, we should maybe pop that onto the comments section uh,
Yeah,
of the video as well.
I think we should. Mental health is a big thing. Andrew Beaton, I never need to be concerned about the burden of cash in my account. I don't know what that's about, but you know what? Okay, I'll take that. Mike
He
Reddick,
clearly hasn't bought enough games.
that's it. He needs to get signed up with yourselves very quickly. Mike Reddick eases mental health issues. Yep, lifelong friends, creative outlet, and collaborative storytelling. Agree with you completely, Richard, on that one. That's Richard Balls. Dave Harrison has a link through to Game Therapy UK, which is a charity to basically promote research into mental health and the like. Richard Bryce Nye, I get to build, share, and enjoy stories with other people, proper around the campfire stuff, and that brings people together. Our very own Chris Hilton, an RPG lets me tell stories in worlds and situations where imagination is the only limitation. So there's lots going on there, and I'm going to give a special shout out as well to Steve Mayhew for basically sharing around some dice to various organisations who help support mental health and mental well-being within the gaming community. He was left a whole load of dice following the death of a friend of his, and he's absolutely shared the love there. So basically, those dice are going to be going to people who will really appreciate them and make some real good use out of them. So top of the hat there to him. Thank you very much, Steve. Really appreciated. We must get
We're
you on
sorry
for a
for your
chat
loss as well,
sometime.
Steve.
Yeah, but there's a bit of good come out of that. So thank you very much from
Definitely.
so that's it.
Mhm.
Um, well, I think that more or less wraps things up for this. I can't believe the time's gone so fast.
I know, hasn't it? Hasn't it?
Absolutely whiz by. Well, we're going to try and keep this as a weekly thing for you. As I mentioned before, subscribe so you'll get to see the latest. We've gained quite a few new subscribers with the last episode, so really appreciate that. Obviously it's working is this particular system. So please, you know, top dice, it's there. All the details are there. Get yourself joined up, signed up, and join the group as well, the Facebook group, because you can start sharing your adventures on there too. Um,
And
right.
we're looking for game shop owners who want to come on and have a chat about their game shops, what they're
Yeah,
doing, and things like that. As well, aren't we? We're looking for guests
definitely.
to come on and talk about their stuff.
It's not all
Give
about
people a
me.
little window, and it's
No.
not definitely not all about me.
So, so again, we'll try and over the next couple of weeks get a few guests lined up, and we'll also do some additional chats around about as well. So it won't all just be us two. We'll be doing some other things hopefully going forward as well, and maybe get some other people involved and get them to record some content as well on this channel. So
Mhm.
anyway,
Hope so.
it's goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from him.
It is indeed. Thanks very
Take
much.
care, guys. Happy
Take care.
gaming.
Have a good week. Bye.